South Africa, brace yourself. Rumors exploded for years that Julius Malema's dramatic weight loss hid a deadly illness, with people whispering about HIV, cancer, or worse, turning a man's transformation into a national scare tactic. How infuriating that opponents and media vultures weaponized his body to mock him as a fat cat, symbol of greed and excess, while the real story, a raw battle against a toxic political drinking culture that nearly destroyed him, stayed buried until now. This revelation exposes the hypocrisy of a system that celebrates beer soap status while shaming the consequences, and it's time the truth ignited the outrage it deserves. Julius Malema didn't just shed kilos. He reclaimed his life from a lifestyle that puffed his face, bloated his body, and made him a cartoon punchline for enemies. In that raw interview clip, he admits it plainly. During his rise in the ANC Youth League, living in Johannesburg, Heineken wasn't just a drink, it was status, proof you were a man, a leader who arrived. Piles of Heineken bottles stacked in rooms like trophies, Christmas celebrations with endless cases, young politicians drowning in imported beer to flex power and belonging. Malema confesses the beer disfigured him, swelled his face, turned discipline into chaos, all because excess became the badge of political success. He laughs it off in the clip, but the embarrassment lingers. You hear it when he says the beer finished him, how it puffed everything out, made him the swollen figure opponents ridiculed relentlessly. That culture trapped an entire generation of rising leaders, where drinking heavily proved you belonged in the inner circle. How many talented voices did that toxic fat cat lifestyle silence or derail? Comment below if you've seen similar traps in South African politics. I want your stories. After expulsion from the ANC in 2012, stripped of power and facing rock bottom, Malema confronted the mirror, not just politically, but personally. The public humiliation from memes, cartoons, and endless body shaming fueled a fire he couldn't ignore anymore. Marriage became the turning point. His wife, Mantua Matlala, didn't just support. She enforced structure, put measures in place for healthier living, demanded accountability where parliament and party couldn't. Malema credits her openly. She's the reason he cut alcohol completely, slashed sugar, embraced strict routines. In clips, he sounds calmer, focused, humbled, explaining how he dilutes juice with water, avoids unhealthy portions, stays strict because dipping in and out doesn't work. His wife turned their home into a discipline zone, cooking balanced meals, pushing consistency. This wasn't easy for a man known for defiance, yet at home, he submitted to her leadership, and it rebuilt him from the inside out. Mandela's words echoed too. The icon once pulled young Malema aside, saying you can't lead with a big stomach, must stay fit and sharp. Malema internalized that legacy later, jogging, gym routines, water always in hand, turning Mandela's advice into action after years of ignoring it. The transformation timed perfectly with founding the EFF in 2013, a slimmer, sober Malema projecting militant discipline. No longer the mocked fat cat, he became a symbol of control, reliability, power. The EFF's structured, uniformed movement mirrored his personal rebirth, discipline as ideology, health as strategy. Public shame from years of ridicule pushed him hardest. The constant attacks on his weight as metaphor for corruption stung deep, forcing self-reckoning. He stopped drinking entirely, reduced pap, focused on portions and hydration. Friends say marriage halted the slide. He quit cold, started exercising, prioritized home-cooked food over excess. For the first time, structure from a partner who refused to watch him self-destruct. What surprises you most? That Heineken culture disfigured a generation of leaders, or Mandela's direct warning about weight and leadership? Drop it in comments. The slimmer Malema spoke clearer, carried authority heavier. Opponents lost their easy weapon. Respect grew even among critics. It wasn't vanity. It was survival. Reinvention after losing everything. Recent concerns flare again. Some say he's too thin now, sparking illness rumors anew, but Malema insists it's choice, discipline sustained. No shortcuts like meds. This story transcends weight. It's about escaping a destructive political culture, finding accountability in marriage, honoring Mandela's forgotten advice, turning humiliation into fuel. The beer trap claimed many, status drinking that bloated bodies and egos alike. Malema escaped, rebuilt, emerged stronger. His wife's role shocks most. She didn't follow. She led the household revolution, enforcing what politics couldn't. EFF's rise tied to this. A disciplined leader birthing a disciplined movement, image shifting from chaos to command. How does knowing the Heineken confession change your view of those fat cat years? Tell me below. Mandela preached fitness as mental sharpness. Malema lived it late, but fully. The transformation symbolized breaking free from ANC excess, from mockery, from self-sabotage. South Africa speculated sickness because truth seemed too simple, yet discipline's power is profound. If this exposes the hypocrisy that shamed him while ignoring causes, share this video. Let the real story spread. One more trivial question. Would you guess marriage or Mandela's words hit harder as motivation? Comment your pick. Julius Malema's journey proves reinvention possible, escaping traps, embracing structure, turning weakness into unbreakable strength. Stay fired up about the hidden cultures that harm leaders. This truth demands we question more, judge less.